So hello, my name is Nadine Nicholson from Ascend Leadership Co. And this is
Derek Nicholson.
And we are so honored and grateful. I'll speak for myself. I know you can share your own thoughts. I am so grateful to be here with you, Joni Tabbiner, who is here. We're here to celebrate you. You've been a coaching client of ours, and we're here to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, and it's been such a pleasure and honor to witness and be a part of Joni's journey this last little bit, and it's so exciting to see where you were and where you've come to. So
yeah,
thank you.
It's pretty damn fine.
Yeah. All right. Shall we dive in?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about we start with, tell us a bit about, and for the people listening, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about your business, just in a nutshell, about what you do and what it is you do to support clients.
Well, I'm an inner health expert, and that encompasses almost 30 years worth of learning mindfulness, self-love appreciation practices, doing all kinds of group leadership work, mostly with women, although I do have male clients as well. And really, it's about coming home to ourselves in a deep way and healing the inner critic and cultivating unconditional self-love. And yeah, I do that through speaking engagements and through working with clients one-to-one, which is so I'm on my mission in my life. I know what I'm here for.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that introduction and overview of what you do. So when you look back to before we started working together, because we've worked together in kind of two terms, right?
Yes.
Two phases. Tell us a bit about where you were before working with us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was cycling through burnout and inspiration and burnout and inspiration. I had just been through a period of recovering from burnout, and I was doing another launch phase, and then the pandemic hit and canceled my launch, and was really considering whether I wanted to continue in this business or not. Because I was finding that, first of all, I had never made enough money at it to really be what I would call like reliable income or full-time income. And I also was frequently experiencing periods of feeling inspired and then disappointment and exhaustion, really. So it was that at that point where I just, I have so much heart stake in this offering of mine and been doing it for so long that I wanted to ensure that, because I was really considering leaving it at that point, and wanted to ensure that I picked up all the stones and really looked at that decision very carefully. Because there's a lot, I have a lot to offer, and I had a lot to offer. So, and at the same time, I really wanted to offer my energy to myself first. Yeah. So that was where I was when we first started talking about working together.
I'll always remember meeting you for the rest of my life. You were co-facilitating an in-person gathering program for women with a dear friend of yours, and it was before COVID. And I remember feeling like observing and experiencing your greatness, your gifts, your genius. I remember feeling like, wow, this woman is special. She's very special. And I remember having a feeling of wanting to contribute in some way to you. And here we are. So what was it as you look back, look back to, maybe even we can sort of, look back to even a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, and we took on a new phase of working and really even up-leveled, to the next phase for you. What had it you say yes to working with us?
Well, I mean, at that point, we'd had some traction, and things were really resonating with me. I was making more money. I was learning how to build a sustainable way of living with my business. And there was just so many great indicators that I was on the right path that it was just a no-brainer, like, to continue. There were so many incredible things that unfolded in that first phase that I realized, like, I'd never had support like that before. So I realized how much I'd been missing it, and that it was the key piece that I'd been missing. So of course I wasn't going to let go of that. So, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I can. And I was still nervous, the financial commitment, the time commitment, what it all meant somehow. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I had a lot of what ifs still. And yet I was really wanting to answer those what ifs and see what wanted to unfold in the next year. And I just wanted the company. I just wanted the companionship and the support.
Yeah, it can be really alone. It can feel really alone.
Oh yeah.
And as a business owner, and it really, you are a person who loves to collaborate and loves to, you get very creative by being in creative energy. Yes. And being supported. Yeah.
Yes, I do. And I needed it too. It's a process of me building confidence, right?
Absolutely.
And that has been a challenge for me in my life, to build confidence from within myself. I can do it, and it's wonderful to have you two that I respect, that you saw something in me that I wasn't seeing in myself, that I kind of felt was there, but I wasn't able to really connect with it.
Right.
So having you two going, this is what we're seeing, and believing in me made a huge difference.
Yeah.
In believing in myself, right?
To help you believe.
Yeah.
I like to say, borrow my belief in you until you can believe it yourself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you described. You borrowed it.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. So as you look back over this experience, what would you say has been one of the biggest results from the coaching work that we've done together?
Well, I'm off the fence about my business. Like, I believe in it, and that's not to say that I still don't have times where I'm worried about sustainability over the long term. And I know that I'm here to give it a hell of a go, like like I'm really in it. So I'm no longer kind of on the outside of it going, should I be in this or not? I know I'm in the place that I'm supposed to be. So that's a huge relief, because the doubt is gone. And I was spending a lot of time spinning my wheels and suffering in doubt, right? So that's gone, and I'm here and I'm committed. So that's from the very beginning to now. Other differences are that I built a schedule that I'm very grateful for, because I have a lot of spaciousness in my schedule. And I'd never had that before. It was full on or flat out done, right? And so now I'm learning the skill of self-care, which is so central to my teachings and my value system. I'm learning how to actually put that into structural practice through time blueprinting and time mastery. And so I'm way more relaxed in my life, because I don't feel the pressure of, I have space to prepare myself for my business. And so I don't feel that anxiety from being overbooked or having to wake up first in the morning and jump to my desk. So the time mastery is giving me a lot of emotional freedom. Right. So those are a couple things. And of course, I'm making money. Like, I'm making more money than I ever had in my life. When I was walking this morning, I'm thinking, I think I might be in my family. Not that it matters, that, like, I don't know about one of my brothers, but I think I'm probably making more money than anybody has in my family.
Wow.
Which is important, because we came from very modest, we didn't have a lot of money. So that was my early training, a scarcity. So anyway, it was just a thought I had today. So that part of it is pretty exciting.
When as you share that, and as you say that out loud, right, and claim that, what difference is that making for you?
Well, it's, and I'm still catching up to it. right? Like
Yeah.
I'm still like this beautiful home I live in, I'm still catching up to it, going, okay, I did this, like, this is where I live, like, this is my place, you know? So I'm still, I mean, the difference that the money is making is that, first of all, I was reliant on spousal support and child support for 24 years of raising children. And so it's only been in the last 3 years that I've struck out to become financially independent.
Mhm.
And I'm certainly financially independent, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so and then that's also, it aligns with my values around helping women to claim themselves and to, you know, be proud of themselves. So that's a big piece of it, you know, in terms of I'm doing this and from a long time away from not doing it, like from not being able to do it. And so that gives me a lot of like, yeah, pride in myself and the ability to do things I want to do, like travel, you know, if I want to travel, or be generous with my money to others, which I love, and my kids and all of that. So that's a big bonus, making more money.
What's it like to be saying this out loud and to claim these successes?
I mean, it feels like a little dreamy, you know, like, because I'm still, like I said, I'm still kind of catching up to it. Like it feels like, what's going on here? Like, really? Like when I checked my numbers yesterday and I was like, holy crap, like wow. That represents a lot. I mean, it's a lot of work too. It's not like I've been busting my ass or something. And I have been very devoted and diligent, and I've put in the time and the heart into this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just thinking about the practices that you've used to generate these results, to create these results that have been, you know, like a catalyst. And you just said something that I feel is a practice. You show up, you prepare, you reflect, you prepare for a coaching session, you think about, you know, and share where you are, what you're wanting to work on. You follow through on the things that you commit to. And if you struggle or you're having a hard time with something, you reach out for support.
Yeah.
You're coachable.
Yes.
You do the work, because coaching is really, frankly, kind of meaningless without the implementation.
Of course.
Right. So
yes,
you execute, you implement, and what you've learned to do is to be able to and you're still a work in progress. You're still growing in this.
Yeah.
You've learned so much more to be implementing, to be following through in a flow, in not from the place of pushing or exhausting yourself, but more of a place of being natural, being yourself.
Yeah.
There's something coming up.
Yeah, I just
for you, I felt some pop.
I feel like I guess I reflect back and I go, the thing that makes such a difference for you in how you've grown your business is that you truly do take full accountability and responsibility for the results that you want to get.
Yeah, you do.
And that's what makes the difference.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, I thank you. And I do. I mean, that's another piece that has been so illuminating for me, and such a change, is that I used to perceive my world and myself from more of a framework of limitation because of the PTSD, the trauma, and, you know, hard knocks and stuff, like difficulties. And I used to like believe in now those limitations, and I had every good reason to. I mean, it made sense to in a way. And what I've learned is that that's a perception. That what I have now is I see possibility. right? I see what's possible, and I can still say, okay, well, I've got certain things that I work with. And knowing that this is true, what is still the potential here? What is the possibility? And so that's a huge mindset shift to go, I look what I've done in the last 2 years, and especially the last year. I can do a lot more than I thought I could. So if I could do this without thinking that I could, what else can I do that I maybe think that I can't?
Right.
Right?
Totally.
What else is there? So it's opened up a whole other way of perceiving life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a complete paradigm shift.
It's a complete paradigm shift, which is enormous when you consider my past and my history and what I've worked through.
And you think about that paradigm shift gets to contribute to you for every day for the rest of your life.
In every way, all areas
of your life, and the ripple effect that this has on the people that you serve, that you support, and
their lives.
And I've been in the room with when women you work with and you mentor have said the difference that your work, your mentorship makes in their lives. And it's profound.
Yeah.
So
it is
beautiful. The ripple effect is
I get
huge.
to pass it on, like that's keeping the flow open, right? Coming in, moving out, coming in, moving out.
Yes. So Joni, earlier you shared some hesitations, like you shared time and money, and those are typical, right? And even that you had some doubt in yourself.
Yes.
Like that's a hesitation too. Can you do it? Can you follow through? Can you do these things?
Right.
Why, when you look back on it now and you reflect back, why are you glad your former self said yes?
Well, because there wouldn't have been the opportunity. Like I needed to create the opportunity, right? There wouldn't, if I had said no to it, I would have just stayed in the limitation and the lack. There would have been maybe some other things that I did that were creative, and I'm a survivor thriver, so I would have found another path. And yet this one serves what I'm here to do. I know what I'm here to do, and that's got clearer and clearer and clearer. So it really was, even though there was challenge, it was the path of least resistance. Because when we or I line up to do what I'm here to do, that's going to be the most graceful path. It's going to be the most meaningful path. It's going to be the most authentic path.
Yes.
So, that gave me permission. I was giving myself permission to reach for my true self. So that's why I'm grateful, because that's another big value of mine, is to walk as authentically as who I am in this world. And it's what I teach and what I guide and mentor. Yes. So I took a chance on who I am.
You sure did.
Right.
And look at you now.
Mm-hmm.
So as you look back on that experience, right? Mm-hmm. What would you say? I feel inspired to build on what you just shared. What are you most proud of as you look back on this experience? I'm most proud of my courage in taking the risk. And taking the financial risk is a big one. It's a big, thing that was considering where I come from, and that whole don't spend money thing, that took a lot of guts to do that. Absolutely. And I'm proud that I know myself well enough that I would take care of myself no matter which way it went. Like that I was like, even if this doesn't work out, I still love myself, and I'm here for myself. So yeah, I'm really proud of I feel my perception of my own courage has come up immensely.
because I didn't before. I know that I've had a courageous life and I've chosen, but I wasn't so intimately in touch with it as something that I could draw on. It seemed like it was just something that that had happened randomly because I had to. So this was an actual active, proactive choice to choose courage.
Yeah.
And go, I'm gonna get brave here and take a risk. And I feel like, I'm proud of myself at my stage of life too, like almost 60, that I'm doing that I'm going, yeah, I'm not going to tuck myself into some little cozy nest somewhere and not reach.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm proud of myself for reaching for this and signing up and going, yeah, I'm gonna give it a go here, right? I don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't know, but I gave it a go. So that's what I'm most proud of myself in this journey.
Thank you for sharing that
too, that I'm proud of myself for. And that's a big one.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So let's say hypothetically, you happen to be speaking with someone who is thinking about working with us or thinking, considering hiring us for a certain period of time to be supported and coached by us. What would you say to them?
Well, I've talked to a lot of people about you too, so it's not hard for me too. Oh, sorry. Let me just for a quick second mute my shift. Okay, hold on. Sorry to interrupt here.
No problem.
Yeah, it's just I ran out of mute time.
It's all good. It's real life. This is happening right here.
It is. I would say, and I do say, that the combination of the two of you bring different things to a supportive relationship. And I tell people that you're very experienced veterans at coaching people in their business and really in their life. And that the relationship is based on a high degree of individual customization for each person. And some of the points of the point of your spear is around that, time wealth and health wealth is just as important and even come in front of financial health. And then in fact, you have ways of teaching that will help people achieve the first two, and then the third one follows. Mm-hmm. And so that's a different model where the teaching is focused on creating a life and a business that is absolutely centered on the authentic self, what is really good for the individual. Because that's different for everybody. Everybody has different ways that they want to move and operate and spend their time in the world. And so it's really self-centered, self-focused to build from the inside out a business and a life that is balanced across and not just balanced, that is thriving across all aspects of life. And that, that Nadine, you have something that I really resonate, which is an intuitive, energetic understanding of how to be true to oneself, and your language, is combined with all the expertise that you have in coaching for so many decades. And yet it's also got this infusion of spirit and love in it. And that really is important for me personally, because I need to have that loving connection with people that I'm working with, whether I'm being mentored by them or I'm mentoring. That's a thing. And for you, Derek, that you bring a lot of advanced sales skills, from many years of high-end sales, and that you're able to provide a lot of solid techniques around what works in the psychology of sales, like really sales psychology. And that you're both great listeners. And speaking about you, Derek, you're very, you listen so well. And the reason why I know that you do is because when you feedback, it's like you're real. I can feel you listening when I'm talking. And then when you feedback, you feed something back that's intimately connected with what I shared. so that it really tells me, okay, you're really listening and you're taking that to the next level and providing that information. So, and funny, right? Like we laugh a lot.
We do.
Always. And so, it's being able to look at things and just kind of look at the self and go, wow, how serious is it really? Like, and some things are, and a lot of things aren't. So yeah, I would just say that the combination of just a really grassroots, understanding of how to create an abundant life, right through to all the fine details from spirit to the practical.
Gosh, thank you for the reflection so much. Just receiving and really taking this in. Thank you.
You could take me to a trade show and I could be out there in the aisle.
I think
we're in the room.
Hell of a job.
I think actually we could make that happen. Maybe what we could do is we could do that for each other.
Yeah, exactly.
That actually might be a really great approach.
Exactly. It's true.
Is there anything else that you, in a moment, we'll ask about how people can get in touch with you if they'd like to. And is there anything else you feel like you want to add before that?
It's just, to believe, speaking to people out there that might be listening to this, to open up and believe in self-created miracles, that, I'm a walking miracle and we all are. And that it's never too late to realize who we are and build a life based around that. And with great support, and that's absolutely necessary to have mentors, absolutely necessary. I wouldn't even be here without my early mentors. So I really believe in that human beings, we need each other. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, if someone wants to reach you, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so my website is jonitabiner.com. That's JoniTabbiner.com, or Joni@jonitabiner.com. Those are two ways that you can reach me, email or through my website.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks for taking this time with us. It's been such an honor to have this conversation. And for anybody listening, if you feel inspired, please do reach out to Joni. She's
amazing
and profound and inspiring, and really, as an inner wellness expert, your work is so important in this world. And I'm personally grateful for being able to contribute to your genius, your cause, your mission, your purpose.
And thank you both so much for everything you've given me and are giving me, and your love and your belief in me and your excitement and your celebration with me. It's a joyous thing. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
It's our pleasure.
Do you feel complete for today? Okay.
Excellent.
We'll complete the recording, and we'll talk to you in a moment. Okay. Thanks so much.